This is Ecclesiastes 7:26, and it says, "And I find more bitter than death the woman, whose heart is snares and nets, and her hands as bands. Whoso pleaseth the Most High shall escape from her, but the sinner shall be taken by her." I like to give all glory, honor, and praises to Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. Double honors to the apostle elders, a great millstone who rule well. And salutations to all you brothers out there pushing this word, love, truth, sincerity, and humility. Once again, it's the brother Shatia from the Chicago camp, coming back to you with what I hope is another quick and edifying sit down. All right. And this video you're about to see, it's just that. Okay, and it involves an Instagram influencer and her mother and what they did to we'll just let the video describe it all. So let's let this video play and we'll get some scripture.
Bukhari had over 120,000 followers on TikTok. As a social media influencer, she posted regular fashion updates. Some videos included her mother, Ansreen, as they shared how close they are. So when Ansreen told her daughter she'd been having an affair and was being blackmailed, Mahek came up with a plan that would lead to the young man's death. 21-year-old Saqib Hussein had been threatening to send sex tapes to Ansreen's husband unless she paid him back around £3,000 he'd spent on dates with her. On the night of the killing, they'd arranged a meeting in a supermarket car park in Leicester. As Saqib and a friend arrived in a Skoda, Mahek and her mother were in an Audi marked in red. Other people they knew were in the car marked in blue. After deciding not to get out, the young men pulled away, followed by the other two cars. They were captured still following the Skoda as it headed towards the A46. By the time they got here to the dual carriageway, the Audi had reached a speed of almost 100 miles an hour. Saqib Hussein made a panicked 999 call, saying, "They're trying to ram me off the road. I'm begging you, I'm going to die." There was then a scream and the sound of a loud crash. The car had hit a tree. Both Saqib Hussein and his friend Mohammed Hashim Ijazuddin died as the car then burst into flames. Police visited Mahek, but she lied about where she'd been.
Where was that?
So we stayed here, and then we went straight to Nottingham.
As soon as I've turned around, this silver car's gone.
But after her arrest, her story changed. She admitted she had been on the road in Leicester, but claimed she wasn't involved in the crash.
The silver car swerved to not my side, to the other side of the dual carriageway where the metal bits are, basically. And I didn't see the car after that. I didn't hear a bang.
During the trial, she admitted she'd lied repeatedly to the police.
I think sometimes it's been very hard for the families to grasp, to hear different accounts, no real admission of guilt or feelings for the two lads that died.
From the glamour of TikTok stardom to convicted killers, Bukhari and her mother now face long sentences in prison. Mahek Bukhari.
So I'm guessing they live in the UK. All right. Knowing daggone well. And you know, I'm sure that's a huge reason why the wife did this, because if they were back in their home country, they know what would have happened. And see, because they know that in the Western world, that ancient law is not applied. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, let me just get it, just so we're all on the same page. Leviticus 20:10. And it says that And the man that committeth adultery with another man's wife, even he that committeth adultery with his neighbor's wife, and the adulterer and the adulteress shall surely be put to death. Okay? Because like I said, it sounds like all of these people are from the Arab world. I'm not going to say they're necessarily from Saudi Arabia, but they are from the Arab world. And they actually take adultery extremely seriously over there. All right, that's not something that is held in light regard as it is over here in the Western world. But nonetheless, from looking at the video, you can tell how extremely wicked all the parties are. How wicked all of them are. The mother, the daughter, and the guy that was committing adultery. All right, you got the mother is wicked because she's committing adultery on her husband. You got the daughter that's trying to help the mom cover up the fact that she's dipping out on her father, which is super fucking wicked. And then of course you got this dumb nigga, all right, that's committing adultery. All right, having sex with a woman that's married. All right, and this shows that, as the scripture says, what does it say? That Proverbs 6:20-32. It says, but whoso committeth adultery with a woman lacketh understanding, because this young man did not know that what he's doing is completely violating another man's property, his possession. Because the scripture tells you that he who getteth a wife getteth a possession, a help unlike to himself. And so for you to be putting in work where another man was putting in work, it is completely wicked. Not only that, the scripture tells you the consequences of such a thing if you get caught, which is about to go down and explain. And it says, he that doeth it destroyeth his own soul. It says, a wound and dishonor shall he get, and his reproach shall not be wiped away. Right. Because this guy is going to forever be remembered as the man that was put to death because he was screwing another man's wife and tried to blackmail her. And see, in the Arab world, seeing as they take adultery seriously over there, they're not going to feel sorry for this dude. But they will be looking at his father and his uncles and just be like, dude, this is your son? That's what it means when it says that you will have a shame and dishonor. It says, for jealousy is the rage of a man, therefore he will not spare in the day of vengeance. He will not regard any ransom, neither will he rest content, though he giveth many gifts. See, that young man lacked understanding, because if by chance he would have got caught, it would have been a wrap for him. But see, the Lord had a different agenda. He found a way to make sure all three of them never commit adultery again. One's in the spirit world, and two of them are going to jail for a very long time. Very long time. The mom will be so old she won't be able to get wet anymore. All right. And the young girl, well, let's just say she won't be as pretty once she serves a nice little 25 year sentence, all right, behind bars. You got to be, this was just wicked all the way around. You got adultery, bribery, conspiring to kill. Everybody trying to get over on everybody else, but they all doing wickedness. This was a very pleasing judgment rendered by Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. A very pleasing judgment. And see, all this happened because of the irresponsibility of an older woman. Because if you're committing adultery with your husband and you have a daughter that's willing to help you conceal the matter, even if it means taking somebody's life, what are you teaching to your daughter? Okay, when you go to the book of Titus, it says that the older women should be teachers of good things. Where is that? Yeah, Titus 2:3. The aged woman, which she looked like she was probably she might have been in her 50s. You know, the heathens age a little bit different from us. You know, it says the aged women likewise, that they be in behavior as becometh holiness, not false accusers, not given to much wine, teachers of good things. And what is the good things that this woman should have been teaching her daughter? To be sober, to love their husbands. Verse 5, obedient to their husbands. But you got a daughter that's in league with you, like, oh, damn, mom, we can't have this come out. I got a plan. We can get rid of them. This is why the first thing I read was that Ecclesiastes 7. And what was that? Ecclesiastes 7:26. We'll come full circle with it. And I find more bitter than death the woman whose heart is snares and nets, and her hands as bands. All right, you got the mom who was playing games with her life and her relationship with her husband, having a good old time, getting her insides rearranged while her husband's out there working hard trying to provide a living for her and her daughter. And then when the side piece about to expose you because he wants some money, or maybe you wasn't giving up the goods because as much as he wanted to for the money he was spending, all right, now you're going to devise a plan to trap him up to where he loses his life. And it's rough out here, man. It is really rough out here. But nonetheless, I hope you brothers was edified. Till the next time, we're going to say shalom.